Hello you lot. I couldn't go 2 weeks without giving you another video. It seems like I can't put this shit on TikTok or Instagram. Well, I don't know, the Instagram police aren't that thing. But anyway, this one's going on YouTube and it's going in full screen, not this little pity little thing here. So anyway, those of you who've been watching, this is NASHER. Oops. NASHER had a bit of a wobbly moment. So I ended up taking the gearbox apart and rebuilt it completely. So I've completely rewired this gearbox. So as you can tell, ketchup and mustard cables. Obviously red is the positive and yellow is the negative. So my style, ketchup and mustard. No pinches on this one. I do have pictures of the previous one. It was an absolute chewed up piece of dog shit. Yeah, I'm not watching my words either. So I don't have to. This isn't TikTok. So I do know that the spring and the back plate are currently inside NASHER. Because this one, because unfortunately I ran NASHER with a bog standard gearbox. Delta Armory. Yeah. So just a bit of context for all you who have never seen this before. This is my Spexner Arms Core 10 with a few modifications. This is NASHER. So yeah, well, let's get to it. I need to get this buttstock off, and this one's I've no idea where this buttstock came from, no idea what brand, but it gets stuck right at the end, which is kind of good if you try and take a battery out. Well, you've no need really. You pull this little tab here and you slide the arse off. Piece of piss. I do like this stock, it's quite good. On Dean's was best connection in my book. On Dean's, I need to get this off, but it won't slide. So I've got to do things. Disconnect it on both sides. Push that forward. There you go. This is the fun part. You take both sides, pull them all the way down without ripping a thumbnail off, and slide it off. So I've just got to remember to put these two back on to slide that over. Happy days. So my aim here is to put this gearbox with the Perrin V2 and all the shims and all that stuff. This is perfectly shimmed. I got this between an inch of its life. I need to get this back inside NASHER. It's been completely rewired. Did I mention that? I don't think I did. I might mention it again. So, okay. That's a flathead. Bollocks. There we go. Oh, that's a flathead too. I've got so many flathead screwdrivers. Right there. Right, whoever's gone through my toolbox, I'm gonna fucking shoot them. Nasty little sprinter for a $5. They're gonna get it. Yeah. Right. I seem to only own flathead screwdrivers, except for this one. I'd just like to say now, it's none of these. It's Torx. So it seems to be Allen key. So you dig out the rest of your kit. I believe it's that one. There you go. It is definitely this one. There we go. See, not completely stupid, just misinformed. Oh, can have that set into a patch. Oh, slipped out. Right, so when you start finished faffing about, you take this out. And obviously you got this screw which is preventing the wire from going through. Pop that back through. There we go. There you go. That was the only thing stopping me from getting the back off. Now, quick tip here. This bolt here, I'll put a bit of tape around here, so when you actually have to put it back inside, it doesn't flop about all over the place, and that way you can get a nice grip. Yeah. That wasn't the one I used, by the way. This is a Torx. This is Allen key. This is the one. Right, yeah, so I'll put a bit of tape right there to stop this from flapping about, and it just saves time. One of my little tips. Slide it off. Mental note to self. Done. I've now got to get the upper off of the lower. That's pretty simple. No, that's rounded. Christ. I've had this top off that many times. I'm not going silly with this one. There we go. Bolt. Put that to the side. Right, get this one out. I'll drive that in there and give it a violent shove. There we go. There it is. Comes out. That's the bolt. That should, in theory, release the upper. So all I can do now, there we go, and then lift it off the top. So there we are. Got the motor and the gears. Well, the gearbox and the motor. So there's your upper. So I'm not changing anything up here. I do believe that this is quite nice for my use. So we've got the Spexner Arms top unit. Not too sure what rubber I've got in there, but I do need to think about it. Perfect. Glass barrel. I'm quite happy with that. That is getting left the fuck alone. Right. Now to separate the gearbox from the rest of this junk, we have to take the motor out. So crosshead Phillips into you and me. Remember, quick tip, stick your finger over this. It's spring loaded as well. Well, this is. There's a little spring on the motor, and it could, there you go, see what I mean? Springs. There we go. That screw in the centre, that's to get the motor height just right. That's perfect. Now, let's get the motor out. Lesson I've learned, your mileage may vary. I think I've done one of these videos before. I have done one of these videos before, to be fair. This is NASHER surgery. A little bit of a twist. There we go. Pull the motor up. I use these. Don't squeeze too hard though. I use these to remove the prongs because I don't trust big fat fingers. There we go. That's one. That's two. Move that to the side. And pull out the motor. Now this motor isn't my regular standard. This is my advanced motor by Spexner Arms. This is what came with the Core 10. So, sorry it wasn't in shot, but never mind. Whoops. Yeah, this is what came with Spexner Arms Core 10. I've been running this at 11.1. Swore I wouldn't, but I did. So, got the motor out. Now I need to get this off here. Now the regular Spexner Arms Core 10 comes with a standard hand grip. This is an AR-15 hand grip. So it wasn't. Ooh, please stop wiggling. Yes, thank you. So this is an AR-15 hand grip. So I like this because it's nice. I like the way it goes. I need to get this off the body. So how I've done it, I've got 4 screws on the inside that I need to remove, and only if I had a very decent light source would I be able to do this. There we go. But everybody has their hobbies. Right, hopefully this is released. There we go. Pull these through. Come on, you. Because they're at a right angle, they're a pain in the ass to get out. Right, that's a very nice grip. I like it. I know there isn't enough pattern just here, but that's just right for my Kevlar gloves. So that gets put over to the left. And now, because I'm fed up of not being in shot, I'm getting a pen. Right there. Center of shot. So I don't cock it up. Right, now I've got the arse off, and the top off. It's time to go for the gooey, chewy insides. So now I've got to remove this pin, and this button here. It's gonna be easier said than done, to be fair. Why am I doing this backwards? Small screwdriver. There we go. And the people are probably just watching this going, "Ooh, these are all." Yeah, I know. If you're wondering what this is saying, it's a quote from Winston Churchill. When going through hell, keep going. I think that's a cracking saying. So anyway, now we've released that, this has fallen out. I want to keep these bits together because that's the bolt release. Sorry, it's the mag release. Now we've got to get this pin out and this pin here. So I found it very easy to do this. Grab the arse end of the stock, pop it under, so it literally balances like that. Give it a push. There's the pin. And this one isn't one that screws in. Same with this center pin here. Let's get that back in the middle. Where is it? Same with this pin here. This pin is the one that goes through the gearbox, right next to a critical area. Stick that on there, punch it through, turn it over, in the goo. If I select to the middle, let's get this bum plate off. There we go. Let's get this off. Come on. Give it up. This plate here. Ooh, that's metal. This plate here, I've got a blanking one. Usually you can get them with like little divots here where you can attach your sling to. I didn't like it, so I didn't put them on. Alright, gearbox time. I find this is a pain in the arse moment. There we go. Delta Armory gearbox. Fired in anger, one game. So it's basically brand new, but the bolt is all the way back for some odd reason. I'll figure that out later. I want that and that. That's good enough. That's not good enough. There we go. Push in, turn to the left. There's Nasher's spring. So this spring is 150 M. Yeah, I went a bit stupid on the spring to be fair. Why didn't that return? Oh well. That's going to go. I'll put this on eBay probably. Actually no, I'll use this in my next. Oh crikey, I've got hiccups. I'll put that in my next build. Let's get Nasher back together. 150% spring. Spring guide. Turn to the left. Lock it in place. Don't worry about this bending. It's only because the spring's gone in and there's nothing really holding it. As soon as you get the bolt in, it goes straight. So I wouldn't worry about that. So that's Nasher's guts with the spring back in. This needs to go back in this. Piece of piss moment. And you notice how on the Delta Armory, I've got a straight trigger, but on Nasher I've got a curve. I happen to like the curved trigger on Nasher. That, and I'm too chicken shit to change it out. Actually no, I've had this gearbox open that many times. Turn that round. Can I turn it? Fuck it. Pardon my French. Wire in the back. Mine's in the front. I don't want to make any expensive noises. See how easy that was? That was brilliant. Right, okay, let's get the pin back in. I hate putting this pin back in, it's a pain in the arse. Right, I found the best way to get this pin in is to pop the arse in. Right around. Wrong pin. It's this pin. fits perfectly there. Then you maneuver this one. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Let's try it on the other side. There we go. There we go. Doesn't work. Try the other side. That pin is in. Shouldn't really hammer it in, because if you get it wrong and it's installed wrong, it goes through your MOSFET. So be very careful and read your instructions. Turns out a Titan Gate 2 doesn't like being hammered through. Right, now the mag release. Try to keep this as light as possible. The only way to do that is you either use polymer parts or aluminium. So as I said, if you fancy asking me a question, ask it. I mean, I will happily do a video where I answer your questions. Let's do the bolt release. I've got that right for a change. Bolt release in next. Stick that on no fun. When I say no fun, I mean no fun, some fun. And then I've got the fuck you button. Yeah, it says missing. I only just found one of these. What else is written on it? Loads of fun. No fun. Loads of fun. And I lost the button there. Lost it? No, I didn't lose it. I put it on another build. No, who the fuck am I kidding? I lost it. Right. So that pins in, that pins in, that pins in. And put the grip back on. Let's get the screws back in. I'm going to do it on this screwdriver. Does this screw hold the screws? Yes, it does. I have a little tip for you. You'll like this. If you've got a screwdriver that isn't playing ball, let's just do that. Oh, if you've got a screwdriver that isn't playing ball, oh, don't do that. Get yourself a magnet. Put the magnet to the side, and it will hold it perfectly. Look at that. Little tiny neodymium magnet will hold that. Right. And it's a lot stronger, depending on where you put it, of course. Tip for that a bit later. Put that in that way. There we go. You know when you've got it in, and the springiness, and it goes down. So now I want to connect these in there. So give that a right angle bend. Right. So as you can see, those are now on. Well, I hope they're bloody on. It's been taking me fucking forever to put it on. Yeah, they're on. Right, let's reseat that back in the handle. It's not the longest of wires. I should have put longer wires on. Ah well. It's my rifle. What are you gonna do? Right, pop that in. Hold that down with the thumb. Both screws. There we go. Try not to over tighten these, and definitely don't fuck with this because it's got my settings. Now, feels stiff, feels good, good. I'm happy with that. That's a nice clean installation. You can tell I've done this a few times. So, pop that in. I like how that fits, to be fair. That's a nice fit. Now the handle. Look at that, it was an absolute bitch going out without taking it off, but now I'm putting it back on. Notice how less space I've got here. That's kind of not intentional. Yes, a flamingo. Right, turns out that this is aluminium and this is steel. See? Tight artery. I am going to get this in focus. I'm going to drop that in. So I'm going to pull this tight at the same time. Actually, see what. There's a lot of techs out there right now screaming at me. You're quite right too. There's a trick to this. So if you can see in there, sort of see in there, it's on the piss slightly. It needs, oh, it's gone flat. Twat. There we go. I tell you what, let's get this fucking magnet out of my mouth. So the whole point is, if you can still see in there, I don't think you can. I can't tell, to be fair, because the camera's at a really piss poor angle and I can't view it from an angle. Got all the wires at the bottom. You need that flat edge against here and the rounded edge at the top. Oh, don't bite. That's gone in. Yeah, that's bit now. Has it bitten? Yep, there you go. Solid. Just tighten this up. If you're looking to take your M4 apart, I thoroughly recommend it, because AEGs are fun to dismantle. Right, I'm happy with that. That is going nowhere. And as I said, this spring has straightened itself out. Me and you are going to have talks, Cat. So yeah, the spring's gone straight. Bolt release works. Sorry, mag release works. Let's get the bolt release in. There we go. Now, I need to get the top back on. I will have to adjust the hop back again in the settings, but when I do the test firing, that's not a problem. Set the rings on. Now that needs to go back in the upper. So don't bother doing it like that. Don't bother going in there. Going from the back. This is for people who don't know what they're doing, of course. You should have a bounce. That bounce is good. This is controversial, this. I pull that back. Cat, you bite me again, I'm gonna punch you. There we go. There you go. I've also found as well, let's pull that over. If that's forward, I can't actually get that on. If this door's shut, I cannot get that back on. Right, I've tried. And then I realised, just do that. Ta-da. Get the pin back in. Follow the guide, of course. Guide's just here. There we go. Now, will I get the right bloody Allen key this time? Wait. I don't think it's the Allen key. I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's that one. I'm going to be wrong. You watch. Of course I'm wrong. Right. There we go. Nasher is back together, but she's not. That's the problem. Because we still need to put the stock back on. This is why I disconnected this earlier. These are a pain in the ass. Let's just do this. I do like this system. You loop it over. Would you leave my airsoft kit alone, you little shit? Anyway, there we go. All that play just there. And then no play. And all I've got to do is just pull these over. Pop them in there. Job's good. Done. Tuck you back in. In. There we go. Ta-da. Now, I'm not comfortable how she's set up right now because obviously in Bradford it's night vision game. I'm going to need to put some add-ons on. There we go. So that has gotten incredibly heavy now. This is no longer NASHER Mark III. It's Mark IV. Mark IV. See what, while we're here. Rebuilt. 14.05.26 at 22.43. What else can I do to it? Do you know what? I'll leave it the fuck alone. Whoa. Turn it over. Another one there. Mark 4. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Some people will think that this is graffiti. It's not. It's personalisation for me, and it's not scripture. It's not hatred. It's personalisation, and I'm just colouring in my rifle now. Boo, because he goes Pika. Boo. But this is NASHER. This is my rifle. This one is fun. And she is fun. Look after yourselves. Take your hits. Don't be a dick and wear your GoPro. This has been therapy for me. Thanks for watching.
Adrenaline's my middle name.